Hi and welcome back to another Thrift With Me video. I am going into this thrift store not really looking for anything in particular, but I needed to get out of the house, and so I'm taking you with me. So let's get in and see what they have. I usually don't show you that I'm walking past the clothing when I come into this store to go to the back, and I had some things catch my eye and I thought, well, I'll show you a few things that they had. A lot of it was older and worn out looking. I didn't really see anything that would have been super cute for myself, but I didn't really dig in and look deep. Like, that was kind of cute for a certain person. I just know my husband probably would say it wasn't good for me. But it did have the fringe on the bottom, and I didn't like that. So then I saw this white shirt, and I thought, well, you know what? I already have one similar to it, so I just wanted to show you that it was a cute shirt. And I went to put it on and changed my mind because I had one already. But they do have some cute items and one-of-a-kind type high-end clothing sometimes, and I'm going to try to start looking into some vintage clothing resale. So stay tuned for that. So now we're into the back, and this, I go here first before I go into the front because there's always seems to be a lot of good things in the back, more so than in the front. So this is kind of where the wood section is, where wood signs and wood pieces are. I just kind of skimmed through to see if there's anything worth picking up. And then over on next to it is the greenery and vases here. And in the vases, there wasn't a lot going on this time around. That's just like a candle topper, like a lampshade for a candle, a glass candle. And that would have been cute if they had the lid. And it is newer, but it still would be cute. I tend to, I don't know why, but I love the older stuff. If it's newer, sometimes I'll pick it up, but I like the older stuff better. That was a cute little vintage vase, bud vase. And that was cute and not really what I was looking for a planner. Now this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is a vintage jar, and it has a bicentennial bird on the back, the eagle. And looking that up, you'll see at the end on my haul what around it ends up going for. But that was a cool find. And of course, you're always going to get a punch bowl. And I picked up a couple of those glass, bottle before, and I haven't sold them yet, so I'm not going to get another one. And those ceramic molds are still there. That was kind of an interesting bowl. And this, I should have probably picked it up. I've sold one similar to this before for $20. I should have gotten it, and I should have looked to see if that was lucite, and then the glass to see if it glowed. But I put it back like a dummy. So I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes I just think, I don't want to mess with it. So I put it back. So now we're in the large metal section, and that thing there was a shelf, and it might have been for bottled wine. I'm not sure, but it was tangled, so I didn't bother with it. Now this piece was interesting. I think it was like a bar or something, maybe it's just a simple dresser. I'm not sure why it had the gold piece on the back, but it was a really well-made piece, and I think they wanted $25 for it, and I have nowhere to put it, but I thought I'd share and show you what it looks like. And then this was made to look wicker, but it was not. Now this piece was really interesting and huge, and I think that would be cute to redo some cupboards in the kitchen or do a whole wall of that with like a countertop. I think it would be cute. Now that was kind of interesting but kind of creepy at the same time. But this picture seemed really cute. I'm not into the pictures anymore. I don't have enough wall space for them, and unless I can resell them, I don't usually pick them up, but I like to show you footage on each of these types of things. And that was a really pretty mirror. And then they always have suitcases. Now in the purses here, I kind of was looking around, but I really couldn't find anything super cute. That was cute, but it was cheap, man-made pleather. And it felt sticky. But there wasn't really much in the purses this time around. They were pretty worn out. Some of these women really love their purses to use them till they're not usable anymore. So now we're over in the small metal section, and I found this Santa, and then I put him down to look at something, which those salt and pepper shakers are kind of weird. So I ended up putting them back, but I did get the Santa. He's super cute, and it's a candle holder, and he's holding a present, which I thought was adorable. And then just kind of skimming through to see if there's anything worth picking up. I thought this was interesting. It's a candle holder, and it kind of looks like organ pipes, and so I don't know, it just made me think of maybe I could resell it, but I thought it would be cute at Christmas time too. This is a vintage cookie cutter. I used to have some, well, my mom had them and I used them as a kid with a little handle on them, and I do have a tree one, but the handle was bent, and that one's in a better shape, so I ended up picking that up just for memories. I love the old cookie cutters. And just kind of looking through at the tins, kind of a cute newer tin there. And they just have like little odds and ends in this section. So now on the other side is the Christmas, holiday aisle. And the Christmas is at the very beginning here. And I saw this box Santa, and it is a ornament, and it's made to look like the, what's it called? The mercury glass, but it was actually porcelain. So I ended up picking that up. Of course, I love Santa, and so I collect a lot of different Santas. And if you watch me enough, you know, and if you don't, you'll find out. And it has to be vintage. I love vintage Christmas. And this, I couldn't believe it. It's the fakery, the tacky Christmas greenery type stuff, and it's the white. Now that was super cute, but I didn't think it had all the pieces after I looked at it. And this Santa caught my eye. I have one exactly like it already, and he's going to match him and sit on two sides of my entry table with all my other vintage Christmas. And so I picked him up. I was kind of happy to see him because I've only seen the one that I picked up before. Some St. Patrick's Day decor. I was gonna get it and then I put it back. Now this piece was kind of interesting and it was kind of strange at the same time, but I don't know why I didn't look it up or anything, but I think I just put him back and I didn't end up getting him. He was also cute, but he was plastic. A gourd that somebody had painted. They did a really good job. And a lot of cheapy made in China, newer stuff like Dollar Tree or Walmart items that were in here. Some little miniatures. I think those are Dollar Tree. I couldn't figure out what those stars were for. I think it was just like a lot of those stars that you can just hang on twine or something. They were plastic. That was kind of cute. It was wood. Now that I thought was spode, but it wasn't. It's just a replica. I thought it was vintage greenery on that little piece there, but it was newer, very cheaply made. Now over here in the fall area, those were kind of cute ghosts. I was gonna get those and then I put them back too. That's what I do. I always put things in my cart and then I can worry about it later, because when you come back, it's usually gone. So you always want to just grab it when you can. Now those were some vintage ornament candle holders, but they are, I've seen them before loose, not in the box, and they don't sell for very much. That was kind of a cool goose. It just wasn't painted very well. And again, a lot of the little resin type cheap knickknacks and not a lot of high-end items. And sorry about my finger in the screen. Sometimes I get tired and lazy and my hand starts covering it. Now this was really pretty and well done. I really liked this Christmas goose, so I ended up getting that. Or is it a swan? Tell me, is that a swan or a goose? That's the question of the day. That was resin. And tell me if you see something that I should have picked up or at least checked out, because I'm kind of seeing some things that I didn't even look at. Now that was pretty, kind of neat looking. I think it was a Walmart piece, and to resell I think it was only like a $15 item, and I think they wanted there you go, $3 for it. So I thought a lot about it, but I ended up putting that one back too. Those owls are Dollar Tree owls, and this is a cute vintage little figurine from Kmart from back in the day. Only $2 for it, and it had a partner, but it was broken, and I don't know, they looked really cute together, and the little girl probably wouldn't sell by herself for very much, or at all. I have a hard time with some of the figurines actually selling. And then I saw these and I thought, oh my gosh, they are so beautiful, and you know, I should have picked them up even if I was going to resell them, because they were super pretty. They just needed to be cleaned. One of them had a little ding on the hands, but I ended up just leaving them. I saw these, they're little chuckers and they're ceramic, and I have the same exact set, only bigger, at home, and I think I only paid $1 for that set, so I grabbed those. Now I saw this, and it's the same exact painting on it, the type of painting as I have for some ceramic Christmas candy dishes. They're mid-century, and I thought I would grab that, but I ended up putting it back because it didn't, I don't know, there was just something about it I didn't like. So if I don't like it, I'm not going to try to resell it either. And I couldn't find much on eBay with it, so that always makes up my mind too. Now that I thought might be an interesting bowl. I did put them both into my cart, and then I ended up putting those back as well. They weren't, you know, anything super special. And now that I'm editing my video, I see the strawberries, and I'm like, why didn't I grab that? I just looked at it and put it down. It was really cute, and it could be resold, if not kept in my kitchen. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, I guess, that day. And in the candles here, there wasn't much to really stand out. That was a cute little barn house type thing, and I'm not sure what it was for, if you just put lights in it or what, but it seemed really light and cheaply made. This was kind of interesting. I was trying to figure out what kind of hanger that was for, or why would it only have a handle on one side. It was kind of interesting. Now this was kind of neat. It did have some chips on it, so it couldn't be resold, but I thought that was a pretty cool item. Little chair there. And that glass piece looked like somebody glued a few things on it. Now I looked at this, and I originally thought I was going to get it. And I was thinking it was vintage, but it was newer, because I found another one exactly like it, and it just seemed like a newer, made to look old kind of thing. And they didn't have, oh yeah, there was two of the turkeys there. I should have grabbed those. See, sometimes when I'm shopping, I'm trying to get you footage, and I don't pay attention half the time. I should just shop first and then go through and give you some footage. That is really cute. Looks like an egg inside, and it hasn't been used, so I grabbed that one. That was kind of cute, but it was cheaply made. easily broken or easy to break. Some red candles. Should have maybe got those for Christmas time. Oh, the one was broken though. That's right. Now I have some of these already. I have a set in my curio cabinet that I use sometimes at Christmas. And I thought at first those might be Spode, but they're not. They're just lookalikes. And I already have one of these, and I don't know why I didn't get the other one to match it. I was just not feeling the pink Santa that day. That was a Pier 1, I think. Now those were really cute little mugs for Christmas. They had a lot of cutesy ones, but nothing that I wanted to pick up. And sorry about my finger in the way there. Now this mug was a picture of Frida, the famous artist. I just know that from my art class in college. I just love art anyway, and so I just remember her. Now this was super pretty. I thought that was just adorable with the winter scene and the little bunny next to the tree. And even though it had a little ding on it, I still thought it was adorable, and I could paint that red so that it would not stand out and use it for my own decor. You can kind of see what I got so far. Now I always look at the bowls because sometimes they have some really old vintage bowls. That was pretty too. But then when I pick them up a lot of times, these newer bowls that they make, oh my gosh, they look vintage, and then you go pick them up, it's like Better Homes and Garden or Gibson, which isn't, I mean, it's still a little vintage, but not super old like I want to pick up. That was kind of interesting, and it is stoneware. But I have a hard time selling plates. They just don't sell quickly. And that set down there, that was really cool looking. And they're both baking pans. I don't have a use for them, and they looked newer. Otherwise I would have gotten them. I should have still checked to see what they would sell for. But I do have to watch what I buy because I don't have a lot of storage space, and I gotta get what I'm already got in there sold. So I have to kind of be picky on what I need to get or what I want to get. So if it's super special, of course I'm going to get it. But, you know, just those plates and that, it was not something that I was too excited about. See, there's another old bowl, and it is a brand new mainstay bowl. And they make them look so old. I'm like, oh my gosh. Those plates were super pretty. That whole set. Now these were really interesting. I really liked them. And again, they were newer. See, another old looking bowl. Looks like one of those really old ones from the early 1900s, and there's a big old print on it saying dishwasher safe. They really throw me off because I'm getting all excited. Now I don't know why I didn't get this one. This one was so pretty, and you could use it for anything really, and it's really unique. I haven't seen one like that, and I don't know, just like I said, I must not have been in the mood. there's those bowls again. They must have moved them from the back. They didn't have a lot of interesting pieces like they normally do in this section. I usually can find at least one super cool piece. Just wasn't getting it. Now these are milk glass, and I found out they are Avon. They were really dirty, but they could be cleaned, so don't judge me for grabbing the dirty ones. Now this was interesting too for Tennessee, I think it said, or Nashville. This is Nashville. And I looked them up, and they were only selling for like $10. So I ended up putting them back. And those were kind of neat looking. A lunchbox. Reminds me of my dad back in the day. And some coasters. I think there's only 3 there. And that's interesting. I'm sure it was a chip and dip set, but it did have a newer print on it, so it wasn't too vintage. Now we're in the glasses, and I see this bowl down here, and it's super cool looking. I don't know why I didn't even pick it up and look at it. It is interesting though, very pretty. And again, in the glasses, they have been a little hit and miss. Normally I would pick this up, but there was just the one, and I always, even if there's one, I pick it up. But I have so many in my curio cabinet already, I kind of have to limit that as well. But if you're into like having a bar set up, they always have such interesting glasses for that. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money to buy brand new ones, go to the thrift store. You'll find a bunch, and they're always so unique that nobody else has them. Now we're in the wood section. And again, I always look in the wood section for pieces that I want to possibly redo or to add something for DIYs or thrift flips. And that was kind of interesting. But that's what I generally look for, and some reselling stuff as well. Sometimes you can find that vintage wood piece or box that is worth quite a bit. So I always keep my eye for that stuff. Now I'm always looking for these for cloches, like when you find a little cloche you want to put that on, and so I just grabbed that. You could even do them like with a little wire basket to make it look like a cloche. Lots of possibilities. Lots of little signs in this section, and Dollar Tree stuff too. I thought that was interesting looking. Always a little shelf like this in there. Neat clock. Now I found these, and somebody just hurried and ripped off the tape. I don't know what the heck happened there. I was gonna get them, but they pulled the paint on them completely off. They were super cute too. Now I was gonna get this slab of wood, but they wanted, I think, $5 for that. And I'm like, I could go to Home Depot and get a piece for a lot less. There's those bowls I put back. And I had to fix that. And now I'm in the frame area. I'm always looking for ornate frames that are either rounded, oval, or like partial oval. Just want something different, and I'm not finding it lately. I really need to go to different stores. I haven't been out of our little town for a while, and I need to head on into the big town to a couple other stores and see what they have. I thought that was kind of cute. And then that was really cute. It was made to look like stitching, but it wasn't. Somebody made one out of rulers, which I thought was creative. This chain of stores is actually owned by the Mormon Church, so they have a lot of Mormon Church type pictures and that always in the frame area. And a lot of cute little frames. Nothing I really wanted. Now that frame was kind of neat, both of those. And there's always one of these in the thrift store. Okay, I made it home and here is my haul. So first thing I picked up was this garland. It's that tacky plastic, as you can see with the leaves and the garland. And this is like thread spun ornaments, so I know it's at least 70s. And then it has these cute little, I think they're plastic pine cones. And I just know it's going to be cute on my, either on my entry table or on my TV stand. So that's going in my personal Christmas stuff. And then I've already picked one of these up before a few years ago, but look how cute this is. It matches the other one I have exactly, and I think it's gonna be a cute partner for it. And I paid $2 for him, but he's totally worth it. He is vintage. And also I wanted to let you know I paid $2 for that garland. Now, as you can tell, these are really nasty looking, but I know they will clean up really well. They're salt and pepper shakers, and they're milk glass, and I think they're from the 70s, and they're just super cool, like psychedelic, you know. And I paid 75 cents for them, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna put them on my Etsy or not, but they will clean up nice, and they're worth around 20, I think. And I fell in love with this. I'm not sure why. I think because it looks like organ kind of pipes on it, and it has the really pretty little knob stand. And then you can put Christmas candles or any kind of candles for that matter. But I don't know, I just loved it, and I had to pick it up. I think, how much was it? Oh, this was $1.50. Now this was super cute. Look at that bunny. And then next to the snowy scene of the tree and the holly and the little vine going down. The only problem was it had this little chip, but I'm going to touch that up for my own personal decorations for Christmas. So I don't know, I might be able to sell it, but I love it so much I might just keep it. And I paid $1.50, and it is Better Homes and Gardens. And then there's this. It looks like a cloche went on top, or it's a replacement for a cloche, and it has the little bottom on it. I always pick up little things like this in case I find something that will go on top of it, and I only paid 75 cents for it. And look at this adorable candle. It hasn't been lit, and it looks like egg yolk in there, and cute little chickies on there. Perfect for spring. I just loved it, and I only paid $1 for it. but this is probably just going into my own spring decor. Now this is from my childhood. My mom used to have these same exact cookie cutters back in the day, and I had to add it to my collection. I have already got one, but I think the handle is smashed down a little. I only paid 75 cents for this. And then I picked up this really beautiful cigarette ashtray, and it is from Gresham, Oregon, and I paid 75 cents for it, and it says made in Japan, so I know it's old and vintage. I think one of these goes for about $15 to $20, so for 75 cents, that's a steal. So pretty. And I don't know if you've watched my videos, but I have a bigger set of these on my coffee table from a video that I did for a thrift flip, and now I have the smaller set. I thought they were adorable. They are vintage, and there's no chips or anything on them. Whoever was trying to sell them did them for $1, but then they gave them to the thrift store, and I paid $1.50 at the thrift store. So, but I know they're vintage, and they're probably worth about $15 or $20 on their own. But I'm going to use them in my own decor. I came across this really pretty swan. I know that it's like a mold that someone did, and whoever did it did an awesome job, because look how pretty that wreath is and the colors, and then their beautiful beak is gold. So I picked it up for my own Christmas decor, and I paid $1. And then there were these, I think they're vintage, but I'm not sure, maybe 80s at the oldest, or even newer, but I wanted them for my clay. So like at Christmas time, I can use this for a snowflake, for clay to make little ornaments. And I just thought they were all super cute. The whole set I got for $2 plus the tin. Look at that. That is the vintage Santa, I think. So they are vintage, some of them. So plus the tin, I paid $2 for this set. And here they are all spread out. I should have done that in the video, but I wanted to show you what I got. And I saw this cute silver Santa candle holder. So cute that you hold a candle in his little present there. I'm not sure how old he is, and I don't know what I paid for him because the tag was off, but I think it had to have been at least $1 is all. And he's going in my own collection. Then I found this box with this beautiful vintage Santa candle holder, ornament. And it is from, looks like Corning. Oh, it's from our little store that we used to have back in the 80s called Corning. And it is, I have actually a few other things that we bought there back in the 80s, but this is glass. Look how cute he is. He's solid porcelain, I would say, but he's adorable. And I think, I don't know what I paid, maybe $1, but he's going in my own collection. Then I found these two really cute lamp shades, and this one goes like on a small light bulb or a small lamp, and this one I thought was pretty awesome because you can put that on a candlestick, like a fake one from Amazon or Dollar Tree, and stick it on a candlestick. I thought that was really pretty. They're a little dirty, but they can be cleaned up or painted or Mod Podged, so stay tuned in case those might be a DIY. And then this is just a blank rolling pin. It's not vintage or anything, it's newer. I think I paid $1 for it, but I thought it would be really pretty to do either like a Mod Podge type thing, or just paint it and do some tissue technique on it. But I thought it was a really pretty base to do a kitchen theme on it. Then there's this huge vintage jar. Look at that. I don't know if you can see, but that's the eagle on there, the star. And then it is a ball jar with Ideal on it. And it's supposed to have, it says a wire side, so it's supposed to have the wire top with another glass lid on it, but I thought it was super cool because it is huge. And I don't know how much it's worth, but it's probably going to be in my own stash. Then I found this beautiful pottery planter for outside, or you can even use it inside. I might get a terracotta plate to put this on and use it in my home. It's too pretty not to use. It was such a cool design on it with the colors. I just loved it, and I paid $3 for it. Thank you so much for coming along with me thrifting, and I hope that you will continue to watch my videos. And if you're new here, make sure to come back, because I have a lot of thrift flips and Thrift With Me videos, as well as DIY type videos where I transform what I get in the thrift stores to some beautiful decor. And I also make additional decor for my home. So make sure you come back for more. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the haul, and let me know down below if you would have picked up any of those things, or if you loved them. So let me know. Thank you so much, and have a great day.